Welcome to Twisted Liquid RC Boats. This episode of Twisted Liquid RC Boats is proudly brought to you by Blazer Marine. Interested in an RC hydroplane? Check out blazermarine.com. Also, this episode is proudly brought to you by Slycat Racing. For all of your RC boat needs, slycatracing.com. Good day, everybody. Welcome back to Twisted Liquid RC Boats and the continuation in our Blazer Marine Lauterbach build. Now, guys, we're going to get to work right away today again, like we've been doing in the first few episodes. And I know they might seem boring as you're watching the first few, getting nothing but laminating work done and watching epoxy work. But I'm showing you guys the prep work to get ready in order to set the frame up on this boat, do a good dry fit when you get a jig built, and get the boat set up and done. Now, I've been following the steps in the manual, and I've been doing all the laminating work first, and I've mainly been concentrating on orientating myself with the parts like the manual suggests. I haven't got a copy of it printed yet, but I'm going to very soon because I'd like to have a copy here. And the simple laminating work that I've done, I've made sure that all the pieces I assembled, I've done them correctly. And this is why I emphasize taking the time to orientate yourself with the pieces. Now, I'm simply using West Systems 105 epoxy with a 207 special clear hardener, like I've done with all the other laminating so far. Using an artist brush to apply it, mixing up very small, tiny batches. No need of using a lot. And this is the lid assembly for the radio box in this boat. We have two pieces we have to laminate together. These are the last two that need to be done before we can start on to our framework. And if you guys notice in the background, I have some of the frame dry fit together and laid on the MDF in front of me. Now I'm concentrating on doing the radio box in this episode with you guys, and the lid is going to be the first piece we're going to conquer here. We're going to do it very simply like we've done other pieces before. We're going to get a really good coating of epoxy on both sides of the part. We have it orientated so we know that we're assembling it correctly the way we want to. I did just lightly scuff the wood with 120 paper just to promote a little adhesion. Clean the parents of the part up too while I'm doing it. This coating is definitely not hurting anything because it's sealing the wood internally as we put it together. And I'm going to clamp it to MDF and assemble it. Now guys, we got a larger piece with slots in it, which fits into the frame right here. And we have a smaller piece, which is going to act as our lid top that catches our lid in this bigger piece. So I've orientated the parts correctly. And you have to align this by eye and make sure that you get it nice and even all around. So you have a nice lip on the inside right here for your radio box lid to go to. Now it's merely a job of doing it by eye and making sure you got it nice and even all around so it looks nice and appearable. Not something that's not even. And once you know that you have it exactly like you want it, which is where it is right there now, I'm doing the same exact procedure I've done before in clamping stuff to MDF to keep it nice, level, and flat. I'm going to use my straight edge ruler piece of wax paper. The ruler's going to let me keep an eye on the edges inside to make sure nothing moves on me while I'm doing this and clamping it and letting it cure. And it's just a matter of giving it time to do that. And we'll have another little sub-assembly piece, I'll call it, done with the boat. Now in this episode, before I leave you today, guys, I'd like to get the 3 sides of the radio box assembled that are in the kit. So I have another little bit of sub-assembly work done, I'll say again. Just making sure I'm dead even here. And clamping my part to the MDF. I know I've been a little fussy doing laminating with this boat, but I just wanted to try it a different way. The results so far with all the pieces I've done are great because everything is coming out really nice and flat and level, which makes it great to work with in the future. Put a little pressure on it, make sure it didn't slide or move on you. And it's exactly the way you want it. And once you know you have it exactly like you want it, let it cure. Now guys, in the background you can see I got a quick dry fit done on the subframe assembly here, I'll call it. The flat level part frame of the boat. I've got 4 bulkheads put in. I've got my engine rails, my radio box, and 2 side rails put in. I've done that to orientate the pieces of the radio box properly, so I could assemble it and know I'm not making a mistake. And I'm quickly just going to pull it out of here and show you guys what I mean. There's a long position to the slot on the side. There's a short position. It's the same with the 2 side pieces. There's a longer position to the slot. There's a shorter position to the slot. If you're going to assemble this, make sure you are orientating the parts properly with the rest of the pieces that they have to match up and mate to. And make sure you put it together correctly. So I'm quickly going to get the laser burn cleaned off those 3 pieces. We're going to mix up a little G-flex and we're going to assemble them. We're going to hold them with 90-degree brackets like we see on them. I've got it done with binder clamps there. And that'll be another little sub-assembly built so that when we do start to do our dry fit with our jig built this week, we're going to be able to lay all these pieces together and get everything in position perfectly. So that's the first part of our radio box done. Okay guys, I'd say our top lid piece for our radio box is almost dry, but I'm going to leave it clamped. So moving along and getting another little sub-assembly with the radio box done. I took the time to remove all the laser burn off the side pieces for the radio box and the long piece for the radio box. Now if you're going to epoxy this together like I'm doing here before you get into frame assembly with the boat, make sure, like I said, that you orientate the pieces and you know how they go together properly. There's a short distance on this side of the slot. There's a long distance right here. Short should be facing the transom on the long piece. That's so it can fit into your bulkhead properly. And if you look at the 2 end pieces, they are identical, but they have also the same setup. They have a short distance to the slot and a longer one. Make sure that the short distance goes towards your side of the boat. So orientate the parts as you're building them and doing it. Keep yourself aware of how you're assembling things, because it is very easy to make a mistake and put this together incorrectly, and you'll have to try and reverse your mistake from there. Now I'm using just an artist brush and some West Systems G-Flex to do this. I have it sitting on wax paper. I know that I'm doing the right sides. I have it orientated the way I want it. So when I do put it together, I know I'm doing it correctly. And just take your time and epoxy it together. Now, I hope you guys notice I've been trying to get all the little sub-assemblies of the boat done before I get the jig put together. But I have been doing dry fits like you see on the MDF along the way. And this is telling me how everything fits together with the boat. So take your time, and I can't stress it enough. Orientate yourself with the parts. I don't mind assembling this now. I could actually seal the inside of it very easy before I install it. And it's only a little epoxy job to do. Very, very small, which is what I want you guys to see about building this boat. That's the steps it takes to get it all epoxied together. Now, having said that, I'm no professional boat builder, but I like to take my time and do this work. And I like to try and do it half neat and half tidy. And every time I mix up epoxy, I get better with it. So the way I see it is, it's a skill you have to learn with experience. The more experience you get with it, the better you are. Now guys, I got this all ready to go together. It's only the joints of it that gotta hold. So once we lay them in place, and we know we got them in their slots like they're supposed to be, we're merely going to take a little piece of wax paper we got cut. We're going to put it around our aluminum angle. We're going to take that and just lay it in a corner so that we don't stick our angle to it. Make our life easier down the road. This is not hard work. It's just work you have to plan out as you're doing and figure out how you're going to do it. And once we got everything held like we want to, we'll clamp it with some binder clamps to keep it at a perfect right angle. Take your time. Don't be in a rush. You've got lots of time to do this procedure. Once you get it in place, you can clamp it all, hold it, and let the curing process begin. Okay guys, that's just the basic structure of the radio box put together. Like I say, remember, shorter part of the slot right here facing towards your side, longer part facing towards your long piece. And the same with the long one. Make sure the shorter part of the slot is facing to the transom, longer part of the wood here towards the bow. Assemble this piece correctly. It'll make your life easier as you're going down the road. Guys, can't say thank you enough for all the channel support. That's all the little sub-assemblies that I want to get done with the Blazer Marine Lauterbach before I start assembling the frame. So in the next episode, I'm hoping to have all the jig wood cut. So I think in the next episode, we'll get ourselves a jig built. We'll start to take all the little sub-assemblies we got, and we'll do a good dry fit like you see here. Like I say, I can't stress it enough when you're building this boat. Orientate yourself with the parts and how they fit together. They can only go together one way in most of these little sub-assemblies you've seen me doing, and it's easy to make a mistake. So do your research and you'll be all right, and just take your time and do it step by step. I want you guys to all take care of yourselves out there. I want you to have a really good day, and I'll catch you in the next episode. Thanks for watching, everyone. Feel free to like and subscribe. Take care and stay safe.